The drive will start with an option going left. He juked him. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll decide to keep this once more. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to Treylon Burks. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, they kept it simple there, CD. Only needed the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 10 yards, good for a giant first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They'll go option to the short side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Tough running there before being wrangled down shy of the 15. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They get 17 there, good for a Commander's first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now back to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that
play. They run the option here on 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Complete, it's Dotson. And they're going to get this to around the 44-yard line. You're seeing from this offense here on the first drive, a nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Second and 9 now. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence, and he doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game. And who's to say they won't after the way he's doing it right now.
So it's stopped for no gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. of the gun. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. They'll set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Back to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kayvon Thibodeaux, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So on fourth down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll set up a throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Back to Robinson now on first down. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 37 yards. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Quez Watkins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they're able to add on to their advantage. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll go to Barkley again. And he is going to lose yardage here. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw here. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Straight ahead, Gibson. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Robinson will try to pick it up. And this is going to be a Commanders first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Gibson on the read option. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. They're going to look to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. A good pickup there, 22.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 38. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Quick slant, puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the Giants have it, it's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A handoff to Barkley on the option. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
They'll go option to the short side. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Looking to throw.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Robinson up the middle. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Open man completes it to Claypool. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On the give, here's Robinson. And able to get this to the 31. 6 yards left on 2nd down.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Able to connect with Dotson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. CeeDee Lamb.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back to throw again. It's caught on the right side at Smith.
And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, Brent, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
He's got Brown on the out route complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Josh Jacobs, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Kyler Murray, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounced back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. Jalen Waddle, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Giants, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here is Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll drop to throw.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now back to throw.
Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down at the 33.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And this one quickly to Lamb. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Second and 5. This pass hauled in by Dotson.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
They'll set up a throw. Being chased out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw here.
Complete. It's Dotson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get. Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver as he brings out this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, They've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 13-yard line.
He's going to keep this again.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
The quarterback runs it on the option. Chase Young on the tackle. That's a gain of 6.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Touchdown! Odell Beckham! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. So that, Charles, their first score of the ballgame, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that cuts this lead down to 13. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. Fielded right around the 8. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start with the option.
It's a room to maneuver. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Robinson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
He'll look to throw.
Able to hit his target, Claypool.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And the Commanders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Robinson.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Stonewalled on second down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. Look at this, a tight end carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. This an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A second field goal here in this 3rd quarter, his 3rd of the game so far.
He's been an important part of the offense, that's for sure, and they may need him again before this one's said and done. So I would treat him like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. Leave him alone and let him focus.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task. Welcome back. It's Rutherford. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They're going to look to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 14.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. Ooh, with a juke. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. That is caught by Lamb. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Washington. CeeDee Lamb. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. The offense on third down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. It's caught. Beckham. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
The pass on first down. Complete to number 40. No gain on the play. Brings up
back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle to Beckham. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He's going to try and do this himself. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 106 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And New York set to take the field. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. A time to see what this offense has left in the tank. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. And brought in downfield by Burks. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as...
Ron Rivera scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. But look at the lead. Look at the deficit. Trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
The Washington offense set to take over. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson, and he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Here's Robinson.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Here's Tressway now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he's flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game.
Pass complete to Robinson.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. 2nd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Barrett.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So it's Washington getting the victory here. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
so for Washington.
It's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.